Hi everyone and welcome to Uncharted Collection, Drake's Fortune, Brutal Difficulty Walkthrough. This is Chapter 8, The Drowned City. And this is actually not that hard. This is a really enjoyable chapter because the difficulty stops being so brutal as it was in Chapter 4 and 5. And you have a little more leeway to get around things. Now, as I say that, there is a sequence by the end of this chapter, and that sequence is going to continue in the next chapter. That is the jet ski sequence, when you have to escape and kill bodies, and then you have to go up a waterfall. That's in the next chapter though. But it's just a really annoying sequence because again, you die so fucking fast. Like, this brutal difficulty is not really made. I will like say myself. It's my opinion, right? But I will say that brutal difficulty is not made for sequences when you don't have complete control over your character. Like, it doesn't work. There the game fails. In the ship sequence is really annoying and frustrating. The jet ski sequence that we see here is really annoying and frustrating, and it's just not fun. It's just not fun because you don't have entire control over the situation. See, that guy shot me, and that could have killed me if the bullets were a little higher. And you're going to start noticing by this point in the game that you're going to start dying in one shot. Like, they're not even going to two-shot you to death. They're going to one-shot you, because at chapter 9, I think, is after this jet ski sequence. Chapter 9 or 10, when we approach the church, no, excuse me, the library section, when you have to rescue Sully. All the enemies up there have desert eagles, and the desert eagle kills you in one shot. Like, they kill you in one shot. Like, it's not even funny anymore. Like, the difficulty just goes to shit because they just kill you in one shot. And there's a sequence in chapter. Let me check. When are we going to? Because I'm just talking over myself. In chapter 13, I'm possibly, or 14. That is the sniping sequence where you are sniped and rushed by a lot of guys with shotguns. That, like, they all have shotguns, and there are two snipers on the roofs. I mean, Jesus, guys, I got stuck there like 2 hours. I think there were 2 hours. Once again, like, more than 50 deaths, until I got a strategy, formulated strategy, that kinda is pretty solid. I would say it's really solid. It's a lot more solid than any other strategy that I can make in this game. When, like, if they, as I said many times, if they get a good accuracy shot, you're dead. Like, there is no way around that. Of course, if you play well, you kill guys with headshots, and you get to cover, and you know how to manipulate cover and stuff like that, you're going to survive longer. But there is always that lucky shot that happens to hit you in the head, and then you die. See, that guy shot me like 3 or 4 times. He's still shooting me. What? Like, there, I killed him there. That guy could have killed me. Like, he had bad aim. That's the reality of this sequence. That's why I said, when you don't have a real control over your character, is more frustrating and not fun than anything at all. Nevertheless, this even though this sequence is horrible, this entire chapter is really fun. It's fun. I like this chapter. I don't like water levels. And believe me, this entire the rest of this the ski sequence, when you're going upriver, is just worse than this, but the parts when you are ambushed in the next chapter, I think, or is chapter 9, or is chapter 10, I don't remember, that is called Trapped, when you are ambushed in a big room and you have to kill like 3 waves without a checkpoint. I actually had fun, because it wasn't so much that I was dying because I was getting shot, because it wasn't like the water level that is really hard because you just have no cover. In that room you have cover, and if you know how to move and how to what guys to kill first and what guys to kill later, like prioritizing what to kill first and what to kill second and third and so on and so forth, is one of the most important things on brutal difficulty. Like it's top 5. Like the first one is manipulating cover, and the second one is spawn triggers and manipulating spawns, and the third one is that one, guys. The third one is knowing who to kill first, and it's really so important that you're going to see the strategy that I got in the sniping session, that I'm just not going to kill the first sniper, and that's going to allow me to get through it, because when I was killing the first sniper I was just getting murdered by the guys with the shotguns, and the second sniper, that it was a lot more trouble than the first one, just for where it was located, just for that. So I haven't got stuck seriously. Still I'm dreading the church. I'm really dreading the church, guys. I'm not even going to think about Uncharted 2, because Uncharted 2 is not as difficult as this, but it definitely has some tough sequences, and I'm just not going to talk about Uncharted 2, because I was going to comment about some parts in Uncharted 2 that I actually fear, but it's mostly the end. Like the last part, when you are at the temple. I don't want to spoil anything, because there are people that are playing these games for the first time, but when you are at the last chapter, or the prior to the last chapter, and you are attacked by the... Oh, I almost spoiled. So you're attacked by a new enemy that has actually like high damage. I can't talk about it because anything that I say I spoil it, but I really dreading that enemy, and I'm really dreading Lazarevich. That's the main villain of Uncharted 2. Like the final boss. The final boss on Crushing is fucking hell. Like you die in... I think he has a shotgun that... correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. Or a grenade launcher, I don't really remember. But he kills you in one shot, that I remember. Like in Crushing. And I got through it, I remember when playing on the PS3. But it took me like an hour of many deaths. And... I don't know how's that gonna work in Brutal. I mean, how am I going to survive a shot from that guy? Like, if I have to get in that entire sequence with no damage, I don't know how to do that. Like, I just don't know. So that's what I'm dreading the most. Of course, I could get stuck before that sequences, because you never really know how Brutal is going to behave. Like, that's what I learned here. Like, I went through Crushing so fast in this game that I kinda amazed myself, because I remember Crushing in this game being a lot harder, and I just got through Crushing really fast, and then I start playing Brutal and I'm just dying left and right. So you never know how Brutal is going to behave. But yeah, and Uncharted 3 has a lot more difficult sequences. I mean, if they kill you in one shot, Uncharted 3 can be a serious problem, especially in the sand chapters. Those are the later chapters of the game, because you have enemies that can take a lot of punch. Like, they are like massive armored enemies. and you are just what's that? That was fucking horrible. And then so how survive that? So there's still hope. And you have armored enemies that just take so much damage. And wait, did I even mention the hotel? Like the flooded hotel? That's in Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3? Jesus. I think that's Uncharted 2. Like the flooded, like the hotel that later gets flooded. Like you have a main room in that hotel that you just get swarmed by a lot of soldiers. And those in this game you don't have that many types of different enemies, and it's still really difficult. But those games have armored enemies that take a lot of bullets. They don't even die with headshots because they have helmets. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to get through that. I don't fear Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 more than the church in this game. Like, I could get seriously stuck there, or I could just not finish the walkthrough by the time I get to the church. I haven't reached it myself still. I'm close though, and yeah, I might just have to cancel if I don't get through the game, because there is no way in hell I'm going to get stuck in the church and then move on to Uncharted 2, like if nothing would happen. Like, if I can finish this brutal walkthrough, I'm not going to move on to Uncharted 2. That means that I'm just not going to move on to anything, to any Uncharted. I may play them still. I mean, I'm going to play them, and because they are really enjoyable games. But if I can end the walkthrough, I will not continue with another game. That's that's insanity. I will never do that. But let's not jump to conclusions. I really fear the chapter, the church chapter, I mean. But I don't know if it's actually going to stop me. I know it stopped me on crushing. It stopped it like an hour on crushing. So I'm not really sure if Brutal is going to even allow me to get through it. I haven't watched any footage on Brutal difficulty from gameplays and walkthroughs, and so I don't know what people are saying, like if they're having trouble with the church or not. I just don't know, because I don't like seeing other footage while I'm making my walkthrough. I like making my own strategies and stuff. So this is the last enemy of this chapter, and then we're going to move on to chapter 9, guys. So thanks a lot for watching, and take care.